Hello, hello, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to the experience. Dr. Wilhelmina is joining me because we decided that we wanted to share a major life experience of ours to help you navigate your way through your entrepreneurship when you're looking for coaching, when you're looking for leadership, when you're looking for someone to help you create your business or whatever it is that you're doing. Dr. Wilhelmina?
So, this is our second installment of this topic, and it will be about the what was it?
uh, Shift of
The
power.
power. Yes, it'll be the shifting of power.
Yes.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. So, in this experience, let's get you up to date that we had an experience when we joined a group of women with one woman leading us and telling us we're going to make a zillion trillion dollars and that was the point. And it was a group of all black women led by one black woman who was supposedly highly accomplished. And we all jumped in.
Yeah.
So, our last podcast, we talked about how we got into the experience and uh, what we saw in the beginning.
Mhm. All of the excitement, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So today is about the shifting of power because when you first start with one of these type of programs, you're a customer, you've got all the power. They're trying to get you to come in and spend your money and be a part of it. And we wasted, well, I won't say wasted a lot of money, but because we made a lot of good friends, but we did spend some money that we really could have kept. But okay, what else, Felicia?
In this episode, it's piggyback on what you said. After we paid, after we after we made the purchase, we began to notice how the behavior started to shift. It started to change and we were like, "Ooh, where's that coming from?" Or I was just like, "Oh, that was weird. Did she just say that?" Right? And she quickly started to become more and more dismissive of people when they would have a question, like if they wanted a little bit more clarity on uh, hmm, how do I say this? uh, something that was being built that we all could use.
Yes.
And we all know that. I'll just say apps, because apps are all over the place now. Not everybody, but there are many different types of apps that are out there. And
Right.
if you asked a question on anything, like you just didn't understand it, right? She would dismiss you, right? And then it's almost as if you came back again wanting to ask the question. You put your hand up in the Zoom. It's like never saw your hand. We're gonna keep you in the timeout.
Right, right. You're in
you
trouble.
know. So yeah, that was one of the really big things, and
Yes.
uh, how that dynamic started to shift. And then I think we were all before we actually connected, friend wise. I think we were all thinking the same or similar things, right? We were all feeling that something very similar.
Yes. We didn't
But
want to get canceled or, we didn't want to offend. We continued to walk on eggshells, and even some of the emails that I went back and saw that I wrote to her and the parties that worked for her were not me, but they were really like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and "Oh, I didn't mean to," and "I'm sorry I didn't answer your email," or whatever it was. It was just like really apologetic, and not that I'm not apologetic, but it was kind of being afraid I was going to be kicked out or canceled, even though I paid my money for this.
right,
It was weird.
right. Yeah, and think about that. It's like you didn't feel as I think in the beginning, we all felt important, regardless of what level you came in on.
Right,
Whether
right.
it was the very basic level, which was like the
Yeah.
starter level that she
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
the way that she would speak about it, everyone was included. And we were
Yeah.
like, well, all right, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, you didn't want to get kicked out because it's like, well, you know, you're right. I pay my money, but I really do want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay excited about it,
Yeah.
but I'm also feeling some like a push pull within myself. Did you
Yeah.
feel that? Yeah, right?
Did, and there was always that carrot being dangled that I was waiting to hit. Like, when are we going to get there? When are we going to actually do or start working on what we were talking about we were going to do? And what happened when we did do a little bit is another story, another day. But it's another topic, one of our later topics. But it was uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And uncomfortable to see the same type of behavior happening with other people. And it's hard to watch.
It is hard to watch because
Mhm.
I'll just say that it's like she helped me to see other people who are leading organizations and
Yeah.
are in positions of power, you know,
Yeah.
whether it be a school principal, a
Mhm.
pastor, and they they abuse their power with the uh, blame shifting, you
Yeah.
know, because there was a lot of that going on in here too, right? Oh, you're
Yeah.
not
There was.
doing this right. That was part
Yeah.
of the power shifting. And then
Yeah.
you're looking at yourself like, okay, I'm going to try really hard. Okay, I'm going to look in the camera
Mhm.
and I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
speak slower.
that was me, child. Because I don't communicate that way. I don't do that with people when I'm in face to face. I mean, I do look at them in the face here and there, but I'm just not one of those people that just, I don't know if it's shyness or whatever it is, but I don't just sit there and look you in the face and talk to you. No,
Right.
I'm going to be off and my head's going to be up here. My eyes are going to be up there and I'm going to come down. So looking straight directly at the camera the whole time just didn't feel comfortable for me. Who I was. But
Right.
I got it, didn't
Right.
I? I
Yes, you did.
got
Yes, you
it.
did.
And
Yes, you
then that was the other thing. Some people, not all of them, would jump on whatever it was she said that was negative. They'd jump on it and be like, they weren't trying to hurt you, but now they're knowledgeable and they know this is what you should do. So now they're going to give you all their advice because you're not looking at the camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. You know, it's like it was almost like a form of teacher's pet.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
make sure I get my brownies, and it's like, and I think that bugged me up a little bit too because it was like, wait a minute, what's happening here, right? We all came in together,
Yeah.
and now there are these, and I didn't feel like I was being laughed like, oh, she didn't pick me or something like that.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, well, what makes you think? What
Yeah.
is your skill set, right? And not to compare, but it's like,
Hello.
yeah, it's like, what is your skill set? What are you, how do you know I don't know? Because you don't really know me. You know, we
Yeah.
haven't really got on the phone and talked or gotten to know each other and created, you know, started this friendship relationship, you know.
Expert. Yes. Oh,
Oh,
she did. Wait. She did have who she labeled as the
oh,
experts for the
right.
different groups we went.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did have that. And I
Yeah.
didn't like mine. I didn't like how she handled with me. I didn't like it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
but but I still
Did we
was
have the
there for,
same one?
someone
Did we
that
have the same
worked
one?
in the business.
I think we were in the same group.
Maybe that's
Mhm.
how we connected so well.
Yeah, I think we were in the
Yeah.
same group. Yeah, because she gave
Yeah.
me pushback too. She gave me some
Yes.
pushback
Yes.
because I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Yes.
Are you trying to take this on to be, is this your gig? You know? And
Right.
it, yeah, yeah,
She was interesting. I'm not gonna dog her, but she was
yeah,
interesting too, But
yeah.
yeah, there was some that power did shift. You were no longer an expert, or not even necessarily expert, a person talking about their, like, for me, what I did. Oh shoot, how my computer do that? Are you there?
What?
It
I'm
just
here.
It went out on me. It went out on me. Maybe it was just too much time. Anyway, that was mine. Uh, yeah, it was like the topic I was talking about. I pretty much knew nobody in those group of women, in that group of women, knew what I was talking about. It
Mm,
was my experience, and it was what I had part of my life for many years.
yeah.
So I knew they didn't know.
Of course.
So no, so
Mhm.
it was frustrating, but at the same time, that power did change to where we were like her children or something, and it wasn't a nice relationship.
What's that? What's the last part?
It wasn't a nice relationship. It was
No,
nothing, no way I'd ever treat my kids.
no, no.
No, no. I mean, I
Uh,
only have one kid. Why I say kids?
yeah, but I mean, it was almost like, if you were to go back to the throwback days of kids are to be quiet,
Yeah.
do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, sit down and
Um,
shut up.
that's what that was, and that's what I used to think. I'm like, again,
Yeah.
from the first episode, I said, what did I get myself into?
Yes,
Right. And
exactly.
then when the power starts to shift like that, right? When it starts to
Yeah.
shift, you're like, who can I talk to?
Yes.
Who can I
Because if
talk
you talk to
to?
any of us, you scared we're gonna go run and tell it, right?
Right. But that's in the group. So
Yes.
we got a lot to say about that one too.
Yes, we
But yeah,
do.
yeah, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to seem like you're Nancy, whoever's name is
Yes.
Nancy. But you know what I mean? You don't want to
We
seem
didn't have any Nancy's in our group anyway.
no, we didn't. We
But
didn't.
the thing is, those were clues,
They
and
were.
we were ignoring them.
Yeah. For
They're
what?
right in front of
Why
us.
were we ignoring them though?
Porque, I don't know. I don't know,
you
but
know,
we did.
I think if I were to say don't give up, right?
Yeah.
Um, I tried to see it. I tried it as a challenge, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
be open. Don't be so judgmental. Maybe this is, what is
Yeah.
it called? Constructive criticism, right? And in the
Yes.
beginning, I was like, well, maybe it's constructive criticism because like we're starting to have, or we were looking for more structure in the things that we were doing, right? And how to put ours together in the framework and that sort of thing. But more and more, yeah, they were all clues. And then when she started to, we were broken in groups, and then we had these appointed shift managers,
Leaders. Yeah.
shift, shift managers.
Leader.
Yeah,
Expert.
yeah,
So-called
having
expert.
them, and it's like, and then they're trying to, they're the way that the delivery, and how
Yeah.
they're telling people to do it. It was like, mm,
Yeah.
okay, stay positive. You're in this now. You gotta
Yeah.
just ride the storm.
I
Ride the
just
storm.
always remember having that the so once we knew about the project, what we were actually going to do,
Mhm.
um, that was always the thing I was focused on. Like, okay, I'm just gonna get through and get to this, so I
Mhm.
can, because then I'm pretty much independent on my own, doing my thing with a group of people. And like I said on the other video, it was gonna be a springboard to this being on my own, doing this kind of stuff. And so it was always like a carrot dangled in front of me that I was, okay, good. We're going to get to do this. This is going to help us. This is going to get us the following and help
Right.
us so we can do whatever it is we're doing. Because there were so many different talents, so many different areas in there. And it just eventually was obvious that we were in the wrong place.
Yeah. I think we were deliberately kept in the dark about so many things. And
Yes.
I think we were kept in the dark deliberately because that was their way of being able to maintain control,
Yeah,
right?
and there was nothing. There was nothing. There was no project.
I don't think there ever was.
No, I don't think there was a project. So just keep us on the hook for long enough. They already got the money, but some people had payments, so had to get all
Right.
their payments in first.
Right. Right.
And they had
Oh,
a lot more money than we did.
I didn't even think about that until just now because there were some people that had They went all the
Damn,
way in.
a lot of
Oh my
money.
goodness. That is so disheartening.
It is.
It took me a long
Mm,
time. Sometimes, it takes me a little while,
yeah, yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That's why the procrastination.
yeah, yeah. And there was so much money spent on the part of other people if they really did pay it. If they weren't like
Plant
just
it.
put there, planted, be put there to help us look like we want to have what they get. We want to pay as much as they did, so we get what they did. Because each level, it was a funnel, and each level was more
Yeah.
money, but more contact with her personally and things like that. But that's the funnels. That's how they work. And there's a lot of them out there. This person is not the only one. I sat through another thing, and that one
Oh, wow.
definitely it
Yeah.
was the same thing. And I see them active even today. Today I saw them
Oh,
still
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah, but
Wow.
that's how it works.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, I think in this, yeah, I did mention blame shifting, didn't I? Like how they shifted the blame onto you for not doing it right. But like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're
What
not
do you
doing it
think?
the way they want.
Huh?
They're not doing it the way they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like
Hmm.
it was your idea. It was your thing.
Yeah, it's
And they
my
were
thing. I know.
correct. No, 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 you're
Yeah,
doing it the wrong way.
yeah,
You're doing it the wrong way. And I'm like, wait a minute. I
yeah.
thought it was supposed to be you're gonna allow us to organically do it. We're the creator, right?
Yeah,
No, 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 do it like this. No, no, do it like
and we're all different. And if you go back through the videos I do now, all the videos I do now, you will not see me staring at this camera like
no,
this.
no.
I'm all over the place with my hands, with my head, and I'm looking right here.
Yeah,
And I still have some measure of success that way. People are still connecting, even though.
yeah.
So you were wrong. And you didn't know what you were talking about. So, and that's the other thing. Like I said earlier on the other video, investigate. Know that they are who they say they are
Mhm.
if you can find anything on them. But do your best to do that, to know who they are, if they're really an expert and what their expertise was. If my expertise is in IT, I'm going to be good at setting up a computer and doing what I have to do and to break up video or do whatever I want with that. But am I going to be an expert on the actual performer on whatever they're performing?
Right,
Probably not.
right.
Check
No,
them
I
out.
agree. I agree. Okay, how about some takeaways? What would
Oh,
be the takeaway from
again, that same takeaway, check them out.
that? Yeah, yeah,
But don't ignore the clues. They're in front of you. We saw 'em. And is it, when you look at them, weigh them out. Is me sitting here taking this abuse, being treated any kind of way, is that worth what I'm supposed to be getting?
mhm,
And you don't see any headway with that project. Okay, I need to see something. Request it. If you can't get it, then it's probably not even there.
mhm.
We were all sworn to secrecy. Didn't we sign something that we wouldn't talk about it? I think
I
we
don't
did.
doubt it.
We
We
did.
probably did in the beginning,
Yeah.
and that's something because I think in the first episode, I don't know if it was the first episode that we did, but you mentioned something about there was a similar program,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like, and then, but it's in hindsight. Hindsight is right.
Yeah.
What is it? Whatever,
120.
and 2020, yeah. And it's like that there was something else that was similar to it. But I think if I were to offer a takeaway, it's to notice the confusion, right? And again, I'm going to go back to the body part, right? Because it's like you could just feel it, right? And not necessarily just in your gut, but you could. It's like I don't know, something's not right here.
It was
Or,
there. It
I mean,
wasn't right.
if you think you're being gaslighted, you are.
Yeah.
Period. Period. And I know that's a common phrase, but it's like,
Yeah.
but it's been around for the longest time. We've just finally added a label to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
So if you think
Yeah.
you're being gaslighted, you probably are. You are. No, probably.
Thing is, many of us were, I don't know why my computer keeps turning off like that, but many of us were grown ass people. The experience life.
Yeah.
You know when you're being bull crapped. And I know I did. And I'm a former mental health tech and substance abuse counselor. I know gaslighting when I see it. I know when somebody's lying. And I
Yeah.
just, in my head, when they would talk, I would be like, right. Let me see this.
Yeah.
All this is in my head. And
Right.
but I didn't take it to really mean anything when I should have. It was all there.
Mhm.
But yeah, eventually we did.
Yeah.
But
It's it's not like we were going to invest more money. No more money
oh
in it.
yeah, there was more
We weren't going to
money
put more money in it.
involved in it.
Yeah, because she was
Yeah, I
trying
forgot
to
about
get
that.
you to level up, right? But we weren't going
Yes,
to level. We
yeah,
were like, no, this is it. We're going
we
to play on
didn't.
the we're going to play on the penny machines.
Yes,
We're
I
playing
don't
the
think
penny
anybody.
machines in the casino.
Oh, that's me all day long. Pennies and sometimes nickels. Always.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that was it. Tell her I said hey. So yeah, the little bit I paid, which wasn't a little bit, but the amount I paid, to me it's not a little bit. Um it didn't end there. Later on, more came out, remember? It was when you do this, you're going to get this, and you got to pay this to do that. And now it became more money. But didn't we pay for this right here already? So yeah. All the clues were in front of us. Why we stayed, I don't know, but we did. The friendships were part of it, but we could still been friends outside of that group, and we were, and still are. Yeah, yeah. You done it again. You do this quite often. Put
What?
your phone on mute or
I
put your
did that
thing
on
on mute
purpose. Okay,
so we
everybody, my
don't hear the
dog is
dog.
barking in the background and she's super
Shoot.
loud. The
You
dog is
know
barking.
we can tell the difference because it's like complete silence.
Yeah, but the dog was barking. So
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
I think that was louder because she was right by the door.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm so glad that we can be friends and we can laugh about this. See,
Yeah, we
even the dog
can.
barking. But yeah,
Yes.
why did we say? Okay, one more thing. One more thing though
Okay,
is if you get duped, because essentially
yeah. Hey,
we got
doggy. Keep going.
we got duped, right? Um,
Yeah, we
it's so
did.
important to feel what you feel,
Yeah.
and although you may see it as a mistake in the beginning, like that was
Yeah.
a big mistake. That was um,
Good.
be able to give yourself some time, right? You look at a mistake. Was it a mistake? And then it's like, wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't the smartest thing, but then again, you can take that and you can flip it. We wouldn't be
Yeah,
doing
we
this
did.
podcast right now.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be doing
we
this
did.
podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like there were some friendships that came out of this. It was you can look at it like you had to pay to meet them, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's the bonus. But I think I think it's super important to
Yeah.
be compassionate, to show yourself self-compassion, regardless of how
Mhm.
old you are, how long
Yeah.
you've been in whatever field. Um, I, yeah, because sometimes we have these major expectations for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And it's like better, and it's like why?
Yeah.
Because depending on what was in a range of a field, like maybe
Yeah.
this has been your career, and you want to test the water was
Yeah.
for us, but we were all in testing the waters, right? Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
and just her delivery was like, all
Yeah.
right, let's go. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Full the thing.
yeah. So just to remember, I guess
Yeah.
that would be something to offer people. It's like, even if you get duped,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
dupes there are beautiful dupes. They're not all negative. It's like you can find some joy even in the dupe.
That's that's Coach Felicia talking. For me, I was angry. And I stayed angry for a bit. and I was angry about because I work so dang hard for my money that I
Yeah.
don't like to lose 10 cents. So it took me a while to get on the bandwagon with this. This is a good thing,
Mm.
and we made good friends. And we did, though. We
Yeah.
connected very well with other people. It's not just the two of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I'm okay now though. And but
Yeah.
there are so many people out there looking for us, those of us that will fall into that. So I just saw one this morning. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but it's free. But
Oh, was it?
it
Okay.
was free. It was free. It was free for that. But that's how it is. I paid when I did it, but it's free. But then I know the pattern. I know what they do. I've been through it, and
Mhm.
it's this big whopping amount of money, and you pay a not too small down payment on it, and
Yeah.
then you can pay a little more if you want to get like same with that lady. If you want to get one-on-one contact with them, you pay a little bit even more. Not little bit, a lot more. So they're still there, and we
Yeah.
have to just be aware. You take the free thing, do the free thing, but be able to say no, because sometimes the free things have good information in them. It's not going to be the everything. It's going to be a little bit, but take that little bit. It's free, but be able to say no. Know that you're going to be able to say no to the rest of that. If you know it's going to be a dupe, you can
Yeah.
tell it's a dupe. If you're listening to yourself, you know it's a dupe. Just do the free and then walk away. I've done that,
Mhm.
and there was some good stuff I got in the free part.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, what was the saying? Listen to and
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
what's not being said.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to build themselves up to be this and that, or might have somebody working with them that's famous or whatever. But you got to know that that's all the pretty and the hype. But that
That's all.
doesn't necessarily mean the project is the hype.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's just hype. The project might be something that's decent, but they're not looking to get you a lot of times, not looking for you to really be in a project. They're really looking to just get that money that you pay off what you owe because you're not going to pay it all at once. Well,
Yeah.
most people aren't, but
No.
long enough to pay off your little payment plan, and then yeah, just
You're
know
on
that.
your own. You're on your own.
You on your own. You are.
What you want from me?
Yes. Or they don't really have the real it's a talk. The talk is good, but they don't really have the skill to get you to where I mean you can't. You don't have the skill to do that. And it's a lot of things involved. The 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 audience, like I said before, they're finicky and you don't control that.
Mhm.
So unless you're dealing with AI, now that's another story. AI will bring you in.
Yes.
I
Okay.
watched a good movie on that, but anyway, yeah, yeah, it's a documentary on it. It was really good on AI and how it gets us and how we all get wrapped up into stuff through AI, and they're tracking, really what you watch and what you like, and you're seeing the things you like on your feeds. So anyway, that's another story.
But you know what?
But
No, before you close it out, though, I think that's a good point, though, is sometimes um, they don't have the skills set
right.
to propel you forward. So the talk was great in the beginning, right? It's like hooked you in, but it's like
Mhm.
being part of me is like, I don't know, I'm trying to give a little bit of grace to them, right? Because it's like maybe they realized all of this power in this room, all of this magic in that, and I got to get out of here. Go,
I got to exit. What's my exit plan?
yeah, because
So
they're
how am
gonna
I
call
going
me
to?
out. They're gonna call
Yes,
me out.
but and they're gonna get kicked out of the
Yeah,
room if they call you out.
yeah. Hey, can you guys let me back in?
I
Jackson,
remember that day.
can I get back in? I just had a question.
No,
Nope, nope. You
no,
suspended. Go away. I think we're gonna expel.
but you paid your
Yeah,
money for this.
I
How can you do
did.
that? Give me
I
my
did.
money back.
didn't
If you're
like what
gonna
I was saying.
give me my money back. But it
No.
wasn't even the conversation didn't even happen to tell you that
Mhm.
you were not allowed back in.
No. No.
What happens when my computer goes black like that? Are you not seeing me?
No, it didn't go black. It's a you
Oh,
stay
okay.
staying
It is.
pretty.
It's
Or
blinking
maybe it's
now.
on your side though. I
It's my
see you.
side. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Just but yeah, so yeah, you know, this is really just a conversation we're having with
That's
ourselves
good.
and you all to witness. So yeah, you just need to know that they're out there and it's a
And we
lot.
know you know it a little bit, right? But this
Yeah.
is like because I think we've talked about this before and we've had conversations ourselves and it's like, I don't know, we should do something because what about the people out there who may be following, maybe
Yeah.
under the impression
Yeah.
because they're using the same tactics, right? And it's like, do we have a responsibility to say something? Since I'm gonna stay in my lane, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna say anything. But I think as we
Yeah.
talked about it, there were times my thinking was, what if somebody has like 4 or 5 kids and they put up X amount of dollars, right? Because they're gonna gamble this. They believe in this idea that they have, and that yeah. So here we are. This is why I
Mhm.
think part of one of the many reasons that we've decided
Mhm.
to just jump in.
I actually had someone, it's the same person I was talking about earlier, but their forte is not on the subject that they tried to get me into. And but they're backed by somebody who that is their thing. They're good at it. And good at building business and all that. But they were going to be kind of like my coach on it and not that person. And it was costing a lot of money. And I was like, no. Well,
Mm.
no, you don't trust me. Well, I didn't really trust them, but I wasn't going to hurt her feelings like that. I just said, no, I just don't have the money for it. And I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, but it was
Get
really
kicked
high
out?
pressure. Huh?
Did you get kicked out?
No, because I'm not in a thing with that person.
Oh,
I'm the customer, okay? I know my place as a customer. Now I might have let some things slide in the past, but
okay.
I'm the customer, and you're gonna treat me like the customer
I'm
that
proud of
I
you.
am,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna steal from me if I can help it. But sometimes you get duped and you don't realize it, and it happens. But when
Yeah.
it's not a lot of money, you're like, okay, I can move on from it. But when it's a whole lot of money, it hurts.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you trusted that person, it hurts. So
I think
yeah.
it's that. I think it's more that. But
Hmm.
I think that's down the road too. I think we have
Yeah,
a
that's
section
down the
where
road. Let
we're
me
going to
see.
talk about that.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Trust
It
and
is.
and stuff
We
like
got
that.
we got 10 subjects, and by the
Yeah.
end, you'll know it all except the
Yeah.
name of the person. You won't get that.
Yep. We
Yeah.
won't give it to you anyway.
No, we won't.
You might figure it out after a while,
Yeah,
you
hey, I
know,
can't help it if you figure it out, but
because
yeah,
they're really good. They're really good on the internet
yeah,
when it
yeah, they
says,
really
"Hey,
are.
TikTok, do your thing," and it's like next thing you know, the person
Yes,
who's all covered up with a hat and everything, they done found them. So
yeah.
they'll figure it out.
They
But they,
actually is it they're in another state doing some of the same stuff.
yeah,
Which you didn't have to change states to do it because we were from all over the place, but they're in another state, a little quiet little state, doing it.
maybe there are different laws.
Different
Sometimes people
laws,
different
maybe,
laws, different states. So maybe I don't
maybe,
know. Who knows?
maybe, and people that maybe have not been had much access to this kind of stuff, so they're
Because we're the
trying to be.
majority of us we were on the Northwest, West Coast.
No, no, because there was Midwest because two of our friends are Midwest, and I think there was people on the East Coast too.
Not a whole bunch.
Maybe not a lot, yeah. So that might be a good location to kind of get some more people into nothing. Well, actually, this one is it's got a religious spin on it, so it's a little different.
Yeah, now that bugs me up.
Yeah, after
And
what we,
I'm not, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's a whole nother. We might have to add on to this.
We
to
have to
that.
have 20 episodes.
Yeah. At least we will take you for sure. Our goal, our goal in this series, the experience, is to take you through till the end of the year,
Yeah.
right? So if you're planning on doing something, you have an idea, whatever it is, we're hoping that there's some information in here that you can, get a little notebook, composition notebook or something,
Yeah.
and just jot down some notes or something that we've said. If you have any questions, if we can help you with something, we're still not going to tell you the name, even if you DM us. We're
No,
still not going to tell you that. But we're more
no.
than happy, I think, if that's okay for me to speak for you, Mina, more than happy
Yeah.
to answer questions and that sort of thing. But yeah, we're hoping that this will help somebody, whoever it's for, whoever
Yeah.
can use any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're really trying to save you from what we went through. And we don't want to keep the whole idea a secret. We want people to know. I mean, sometimes you just trust too much and get yourself out there in a bind because you might have needed that money to pay a
Yeah.
bill or something, and you gave it up. You took a chance. Oh, I'm going to make some money, and you didn't even get close to even being organized well enough to make a dime.
Well,
So,
a dime. We ain't even
uh,
50 cents.
penny, one red cent.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, it costs
So,
you time too. But
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
for everybody joining us today, thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to chatting with you and sharing more information, tools, tips, and strategies in our next episode.
yes.
Yeah.
And share this with your friends or people you know that have gotten involved in things like this, or maybe not, and they're thinking about it, and you can save them.
Let's hope. If they
Yeah.
listen. All
If they
right.
listen, if they pay
If they
attention and
listen.
listen. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's the end of our podcast. Have a
Bye, guys.
beautiful day. Bye.
Bye.